Imagine being trapped 45 meters from the exit, your leg crushed beneath a boulder, surrounded by absolute darkness, and after dying there, having your body turned into a paid tourist attraction. This is a true story. In 1925, in the state of Kentucky, United States, an explorer named Floyd Collins discovered a sandy cave with strong potential to become a tourist site. At the time, turning caves into paid attractions was a profitable business. The problem? The tunnels were extremely narrow and unstable. On January 30, Collins entered the cave alone to further explore its interior and identify passages that could be expanded. After hours of crawling through tight, maze-like corridors, he realized the fuel in his oil lamp was running out. It was time to leave, but as he turned to head back, he accidentally knocked the lamp to the ground. Within seconds, everything went pitch black. Though experienced in difficult situations, he now had to rely solely on memory and touch to find his way out. Moving blindly, he reached the narrowest section of the cave. There, he could only advance by pressing his arms tightly against his sides and slowly pushing forward with his legs. That's when tragedy struck. As he forced himself through the passage, he dislodged a rock weighing about 12 kilograms. The stone fell and crushed his left leg. The sudden pain caused his body to tense involuntarily, triggering loose sand above him to collapse. In moments, his legs, hands, and part of his torso were buried. Only his head remained free. He was about 45 meters from the entrance. He screamed for help repeatedly, but no one heard him. Unable to free himself, he decided to conserve energy and wait. Water droplets steadily fell onto his face, creating a slow, relentless torment. If he turned his head to avoid the dripping water, he struggled to breathe. There was no comfortable position, only endurance. It wasn't until the following day that his brother found a coat left at the cave entrance and realized something was wrong. News quickly spread through the town. Hundreds of people gathered, many driven by curiosity, few truly prepared to help. The passages were so tight that even rescuers hesitated. Because he was thin, his brother managed to squeeze in with food and tried to clear debris. But for every bit of sand removed, more would fall from above. The space was suffocating. Time was slipping away. The story made headlines and drew thousands of visitors. Food stalls, souvenir vendors, and crowds turned the rescue site into a spectacle. Meanwhile, deep inside the cave, Collins remained trapped, battling cold, hunger, and pain. Experts proposed digging a vertical shaft from the surface to reach him from another angle. After days of excavation, they made small progress, enough to free space for him to move one hand, but the rock pinning his leg remained unreachable. Then another collapse completely cut him off from the outside world. The only source of light and warmth, an electric bulb lowered into the cave, eventually burned out. In total darkness, he was left alone. When rescuers finally managed to open an alternate passage, it was too late. Collins had died, likely from exposure and starvation, but the most disturbing part of the story was still to come. Years later, the land was sold. His body was exhumed, preserved, and placed on display inside a glass coffin, with tickets sold to the public. His family fought it in court and lost. The man who died trapped in darkness became an attraction. Decades later, the government took over the area, and at last his remains were given a proper burial. A tragedy that began as a dream of exploration and ended as a macabre spectacle.